Attention, please.
This uploading is only for educational purpose.
No intention to infringe copyrights.
Learning English with subtitles GPITRAL.
Follow us.
Frank has managed to track down a young hoon who's been seen driving dangerously and doing burnouts.
You've got any sort of idea maybe what we want to talk to you about?
I did lose control in Manelli a couple of weeks ago. I think that might be this now.
Yes, it is, mate. We've received a complaint that you actually did a burnout prior to losing control of that car. Okay.
Yep.
Can you tell me what happened?
I took off. I was going a little fast when I entered the intersection. I didn't see a car coming, so I planted it and lost control.
Okay. So when you say you planted it, what do you mean by that?
I just put my foot down to try and make it through.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to avoid an accident and ended up worse off. Anyways.
The young bloke seems very contrite, but he's not telling the full story.
The report we got was after you lost control, you've then done a second burnout.
A second burnout?
A second burnout, which has also created smoke come from your tyres.
No.
Before you pulled up, got out of the car with another male, joking. Would you agree to that?
No, that didn't happen.
Okay.
No.
But you do agree to the first burnout, basically, where smoke's come from the tyres?
Yeah,
You've lost control.
But even one burnout is enough to cop a big penalty. Frank breaks the bad
A
news.
tow truck will come here. We'll get a tow truck to come here, seize your motor vehicle.
Yeah.
They'll take it to their impound yard.
Yeah.
48 hours from the time we seize it, you are allowed to collect it.
Yeah.
But you must pay for the towing fees and storage fees before they'll release the car to you.
I'm on the verge of losing my license now.
How many points you got left, you know?
I was on good behaviour.
So you're on good behaviour now.
This reckless driver is in a truckload of trouble.
Yeah, look, he's currently on his P plates, so he's on provisional, so he only has minimum experience on the roadways. And this kind of behaviour, it's just unacceptable.
What were you on good behaviour for? Just
Got done for my mobile phone, and before that, it was 95 in the 80s zone.
Things go from bad to worse.
your rego label anyway?
The bloke hasn't even bothered to display his rego label.
Obviously you're going to lose your licence. You're going to lose it for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, it's not worth it, is it really?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
But Frank takes a reasonable approach.
We do obviously need to just give you a infringement notice, okay?
Unfortunately, the young bloke doesn't return the courtesy.
Next time I would appreciate it if you come and sort me outside of work hours so I don't have this trouble with my work.
Well, mate, unfortunately, when we've got to catch up with people, we've got to catch up with them and get it dealt with, that's all.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm here till 5:30 every day. You could have at least come close to closing.
Mate, don't try and get stuck into me about this, mate. I'm not the one doing burnouts in the roads. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
understand you guys can come here when you want, you know, I
All right.
understand all that. I was just asking if next time...
Well, no, mate, not the way... when you ask it nicely, all right? You don't demand it off us, OK? I don't need to be spoken to like that. I've been more than fair with you. All right, you could have killed someone, and you know that. All right, you're lucky you're not getting further charges put on you. Do you understand that?
Yep.
You give respect, you get it, eh? Fair?
For Frank, getting hoons off the road is a job he takes to heart.
You learn to appreciate your family more, knowing how precious and how quickly things can really happen and change.
Please take care on the road. Please.
Darwin is closer to Asia than it is to most Australian cities, and in World War II it became a major battlefield. Since then, the city has maintained a strong military presence, and while its history may be buried in the foundations of its modern buildings, every now and then somebody manages to dig something up. Today, Constables Mark Dirksen and Luke McIntosh are called to an unusual job that occurs all too often.
A contractor has come across an unexploded hand grenade in a park where they're doing some construction work.
The ordnance is described as being old, rusty, approximately the size of a fist. Unsure if the pin is in the grenade.
Macca gets the full story from the contractor.
I can't believe it didn't go bang when I dug it up.
Yeah? Pin's in it?
Hey?
No pin? I'll put the leather gloves on for this one. The rubber gloves might not cover it.
So you're just excavating under that tree there?
Yeah.
And it was in the bucket?
No, I was just trenching, and we filled the trench in, and it was just sitting on the ground there in a pile of dirt. Is this workers' compensation or what if I get blown up by a grenade?
Whereabouts is it? In that thing there. We got no pin. No pin.
The officers need to get a good look at the object so they can report to defence personnel.
Yeah, Roger, that's correct. Just lodging the vehicle and that mobile staff. Roger, the addressing.
Yeah, we'll see if the military will come out and have a sticky beak. Roger, we've just had a look at the device. It is an extremely old hand grenade. Does not look like it's been exploded or have a pin in it. So maybe get onto the military or the bomb squad to come and have a look and safely remove it from the area. It's in the middle of a park, so there's plenty of coverage.
Meanwhile, over at Darwin Central, Sergeant Amy Meredith swings into action. By now, the word is out, so she heads down to the Fanny Bay Park, where the local press are hungry for news of the dangerous grenade. The police keep onlookers and the media at a safe distance. The military arrive to assess the deadly weapon. They soon identify the grenade as harmless, but it's still big news for the local residents.
Discovery today was what was an old grenade, what they thought was an old grenade. Obviously we take things like this very serious. We were straight onto it and we assessed the situation. The Army came straight down and it's turned out to be just the body of a World War II grenade. It's got no fuse in it and it's completely safe.
So it's not about to blow up the park and the nearby houses?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
All that's left now is to let the neighbours know they won't be getting a blast from the past. Darwin is a major port with a network of waterways that keep the water police busy in boats big and small. Today, Senior Constable Dave Cubis is taking part in a tactical training exercise to road test the Territory Cops' latest inflatable toy.
Northern Territory Police acquired the Gemini tactical rib about 2 years ago. It's part of our counter-terrorism capabilities. There's 500 horsepower pushing the beast along. It's designed to get somewhere very quickly. But you sit on it like you're riding a horse. You use your thighs and there are foot stirrups there to put your feet into and there's a grab rail to hang on to. And you do need it. The idea of this training is going across wakes the correct way.
And clearly these coastal cowboys are having the time of their lives.
They're paying me to play with a big expensive toy.